following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Welcome back to Unsupervised, the spinoff. This week, your friendly neighborhood hosts are going to talk about the Rona. This time we focus on conspiracy theories, so it's a little different than you used to. We got a request from the Regularest of Regular Scots. Who is the greatest Tar Heel of all time? We discussed the best first bars of any rap song in hip-hop history. Our Wacky-Stat-Of-The-Week. People spend too much on their pets. And in our main topic, is cheating really cheating if you're not married? Y'all stay tuned. Enjoy the show.
TakeJones.com.
Yeah. This thing on.
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
Feel like
Shit.
this thing on.
TakeJones.
Gentlemen, are we back?
I think we back, man.
Hey, we're back. You already know what I'm gonna say. Let's get it then. Welcome back. Unsupervised, the spinoff podcast powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network. This is episode 10 with my brothers. You already know it's your boy M. Mr. Real himself. The Real is back. Man, we bringing it to y'all, man. Come in, take a seat, relax. Episode 10, Unsupervised, the spinoff. I'm here as always with my dudes, man. West Coast J, Hollywood Paul. Hollywood Paul, how you doing, man?
Feeling good, man. How are you doing, man?
Hey, man, brother, I can't complain, man. It's 2 for Tuesday, and shit. So you already know.
You got two of them in the crib today? Because I know you was doing it. Hey, I know what I heard in the background, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to call you out, but I'm
Wow.
calling you out.
Hey, man, I'm practicing social distancing right now, brother.
Oh, fucking shit, man. All right. Don't play that fall down the stairs, sleep shit on me.
I'm practicing social distancing right now, man. I have no clue what you're referring to.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling real good. You know what I'm saying? It's a brand new day I got to see, so I was blessed for that. And you know what I'm saying? Get to do the show with you guys. So you know, I'm just looking forward to this great show ahead of us.
Therapeutic, man. It's therapy for me, man. I love it. I love it. West Coast J, man. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm over here hanging out like loose teeth, bruh. Chilling. Ducking and dodging the Rona, as usual. Gonna finally get out the house like twice. Went to the damn store.
Oh, yeah? What you get from the store?
They ain't have yet. It's the most picked over looking. Like, they had literally nothing I want. Or nothing I wanted, rather. And a whole bunch of everything I ain't want.
Damn. Hey, that's how it is. Listeners, episode 10, man. We are brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network. DefyLifePods.com. Go to DefyLife.com. DefyLifeGear.com for all of our gear. And guess we got a little house cleaning to do with episode 10. I just want to drop the name of a couple of our Defy Life patrons. Let's see. Shout out to Carolyn Hall and Nicole Sanders. Thanks for being our patrons. And we definitely appreciate your support. We just want to shout you out on the show, let you know that we love you. And we're going to continue to bring all the content to you that we can. Hopefully it's fire. Hopefully you're enjoying it. But, man, you know, once again, we want to do a little house cleaning to give recognition to some of the folks that help bring this Defy Life ship to you guys, man. So, yeah, once again, shout out. Let's see, man. We're back, and we've got another great show for you tonight on tap and on deck. Let's see. What do we want to get into? West Coast. Let them know everywhere that they can hear us. Oh, and I heard we got an email address. Let's drop some of that.
Sure do. I mean, you can catch us on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Play Podcasts, and everywhere else. Oh, definitely at defylifepods.com and everywhere else you get your podcast Jones, your fix, wherever you get that done, we in there somewhere. And he's right, we do have an email address now. You guys can now email the show. Email us at unsupervised@godefylife.com. Looking forward to getting every email, every question. Y'all got issues with all the stuff Money be talking about? Feel free to let us know.
Let us know. Questions, comments, concerns, additions, subtractions, and yeah, if you disagree with something I said, but mostly it's going to be shit that Hollywood Paul said.
Man, fuck all that, man. I don't give a fuck. You disagree with that shit, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm playing, man. Definitely, if you disagree, you know what I'm saying? All opinions are welcome. All feedback is welcome, so it can only make us better.
No doubt, no doubt. And Hollywood Paul, man, tell them about our social media stuff.
Oh, man, you guys got to check us out on at Facebook, man. It's Unsupervised, the spinoff podcast. You know what I'm saying? At Facebook.com. Please like, comment, and share the hell out of that page. We're still running this little giveaway I got going on. Once we're free to roam, I'm going to give one lucky follower a free night stay at a Marriott hotel of their choosing. So it's going to be on me, and on the show, whatever. It'll be a fun time for you. You can get away. I might can't get you away for the whole weekend, but I'm going to get you a day out the office, motherfucker, okay? So like, comment, and share. Tell your friends about it. Tell your mama and them about it, because everybody mama on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I guess moms love me because all of them be hitting me up. But anyway, definitely like, comment, and share. And I promise I won't offer your mom a free night's stay with me being there. They can go with whoever they want. It is likewise with you, okay? Plus, I'm taking, and I can't be going off with no hoes. But I can go with the bros. So if there's any guys out there planning a trip, like, comment, and share. And you may win a free night on me. And invite me, and I'll make sure I bring the party.
No doubt. And I'm coming, too, so you already know.
All of us coming. I'm dragging West Coast, too. He ain't going to want to go, but he going to go kicking and screaming. And then we're gonna all have a good time, pour up some shots, and then we might even do an impromptu show with you. But on some real shit though, like, comment, and share Unsupervised, the spinoff podcast at Facebook.com.
No doubt.
I mean, you
no
ain't
doubt.
Be nowhere. I'm practicing social distancing well into my 70s.
Man, fuck all that, man.
Because what we learned about West Coast Jay last week is he's an introvert.
He's a homebody.
Oh, my bad. I fucked it up again. My bad. He's a homebody.
Shots fired.
Right.
Really
trying to play me.
No.
Put words in my mouth, making shit up. Audience editors.
No doubt. Hey, man. God, we are back, man. Hollywood, man, how was your week?
So far, so good, man. Last week, the rest of it was good. I went to work at the hotel, masked up, gloved up, counting tumbleweeds, because there's like 2 people staying there, or 1 at any given time. But other than that, man, I've been good, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to focus on these Forex trades and these option chains, and, just learning as much as I can, taking advantage of the time I have at home as well. Mm-hmm. I can't complain. I definitely been eating like a fat kid. I will say that. And to the listeners out there, no, I have not picked back up on my home workouts. But you know what? I think I can be forgiven because I've worked out for like 8 straight months, and I can use a break. But anyway, I've been doing it all, man. Fat kid eating, drinking beer, laying up, you know what I'm saying, watching TV shows and shit, acting like I'm not a driven individual trying to make $1 billion for this moment. But that's what I've been doing, man. I've just been taking it in, enjoying the time I had to actually take it in, you know what I'm saying, without having to spend money to do it.
No doubt. I feel you. West Coast Jay, how was your week, man?
Yeah, like I said last week, me and Netflix are intimately intimately involved. I'm still pretty much watching everything except Tiger King. You know, I might start watching. Maybe I'll move on to Hulu and cheat on Netflix with a little bit. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work itself out. But in reality, I've been in the house, bro, looking out the window, still trying to figure out who that is behind that tree. I think it's the Rona still.
It's the Rona. It's the Rona.
You know, I finally had to venture out to the stove, like I said. So I've been out the house like a total of twice this whole time.
Right.
I won't be going nowhere. I'll be doing that. Watching all of the Netflix though.
No doubt. No doubt. I largely the same. You know, work and play. I've actually ventured out a couple of times now, but you know, I'm suited and booted. You know, if you follow me on IG or Facebook or anything, you've seen how I've been going out. You know, masked up, gloved up, hoodied up, glasses up, you know, all of that craziness. But just trying to make sure I don't bring anything home or anything like that. I finally found some tissue. I was able to procure, I think four, not 4 rolls, but 4 packages of tissue. You know, just because I haven't seen tissue in 3 weeks. So that was a good thing. I come back and I come back in the house. I put my keys, my car fob, and all of that stuff on a contaminated, you know, part in the sink. I run some water. I get the Lysol and the bleach and the dish detergent. I put all that in there. I take my gloves and I wash my hands in my gloves, and then I wash everything that I had. I wipe off my key fob. I wipe off my keys. I wipe off my phone. I take my clothes off, and then I take my gloves off, let the water out, wash my hands, change my clothes. Put my clothes on, and then after I'm done all that, I wash my hands again. So,
this nigga work for the CDC.
It sounds like you probably got a bonfire in the backyard. This motherfucker just, every time I take this set of clothes off, I take them in the back, I throw them in the fire pit. Make sure that any kind of Rona they got on them is burnt the hell off.
That's right. And then I put my clothes in the washing machine and wash it on all high. And so that's what I do when I go out. If I get this shit, it's gonna have to kick in my fucking front door, pin me down to the couch, and breathe itself directly into my chest. You know. But speaking of the Rona, man, we can't have a show and just skip over it. So, I'm on social media. So this week we can touch on the Rona, but I wanted to touch on it with a little twist this week. Because I've seen a couple of things on Facebook that kind of intrigue me, and people are sharing it like it's a fact of life. So I wanted to share them and get your thoughts.
It's Facebook. Of course it's a fact of life.
No doubt.
How dare you?
Saying you ain't know that what you read on Facebook is fact.
So,
Science here to deliver.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. If you was reading some of these arguments, man, you might not be so sure, man. Like, these people are going hard for this. So the first thing is the Stanford doctor. What's his name? I can't. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Oh, buddy, they got caught up.
Charles M. Lieber. Is a world renowned scientist and researcher from Harvard University. And apparently I won't even say. I'll say that he was arrested, I think, back in February. Whose charges include lying to investigators, taking research materials out of the country illegally, and lying about his funding for some of the projects that he's been working on, because apparently some of the projects he's been working on was funded by a corporation out of China. That has turned into this guy created the coronavirus and sold it to China, and that's what he got caught for. I already kind of just said at least what's out there on the in the world of Google and CNN and the actual Justice Department, but I found myself engaged in an argument telling people guys, if he was the guy that created the coronavirus and like the actual virus itself and its response, like he would be slapped with all kinds of international charges, all sorts of international crimes, probably treason, all sort like not. Oh, well, anyway, what do you guys think? Have you guys seen this?
Yes.
Well, Hollywood Paul, man, share with me your thoughts on this. What's up with
Me being a conspiracy theorist at heart, with my love of a good story. This one doesn't have the legs to me so far. It didn't intrigue me to even want to dig deeper. It's just that if he's a patsy, it's sloppy. It's almost like an angry mob appointed patsy, if that makes sense. You know, it's not. It doesn't even seem like the government or the powers that be are, you know, according to other conspiracies. It's like the government either knows people are stupid enough to buy it, or they're just really getting lazy. It's a slow day because they're not laying it off like you're saying. I mean, where's the paper trail, man? You know, where's the indictments? Where's the, you know, it's like I guess the Facebook stuff. What I'm saying, it's like, dude, a lot of people that are talking about it and spreading it, it's like you could tell it's a lot of cabin fever going on. You know what I'm saying? The people are bored as fuck. And me saying it like that is like y'all are bored as fuck to where I'm bored as fuck reading the fucking comments. That, you know, but the thing is, I haven't lost my discernment. I haven't lost my logical reasoning, my deductive reasoning. Like, what? Wait, this motherfucker created something that shut down the entire country and other countries, or, you know, I mean, just this motherfucker has changed shit right now. People are getting evicted and fired and laid off and being hungry and stealing to survive, stealing people that are essential are stealing from their places of employment and getting fired because of it. You know, trying to just eat. And right. This motherfucker is, you mean to tell me he's the one and he's not been hanged at high noon in front of the mob. This right. Motherfucker ain't slapped with the biggest cases of all. And then we got the guys with masks on, and all you can see is their eyes with machine guns walking him into he's chained at the ankles and the waist and the you know what I'm saying? We ain't got all the shit. We ain't got that. We ain't got no press conference about this motherfucker. They ain't got him in a black site torturing his ass somewhere, trying to find where's the antidote, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
who put you up to this? Oh, we want them too. Like, none of that.
Like,
none of that.
Where's the connecting dots besides some guy was smart enough to create something biological in the form of a virus and to go sell it off? Like, is this a bad plot to a 80s Bond flick?
I told someone like he's the fuck? Even right now he's on administrative leave at Stanford with pay while his case is
fucking pay, dog. Like, first of all, motherfucker. First of all, you are personally responsible. I'm trying to think of the dude who created this shit that Saddam was using. Can't think of it right now. But anyway, biological warfare is taken very fucking serious. High treason is taken very serious, according to historical documents and cases and things like that precedents that we can put out there. Okay, they fucking kill you for that shit, man. Okay, you don't just get treated like the dude who shot some people up in the church, which I don't agree with that, but that's another story. You don't just get treated like that. It's like the old saying goes, the real shooter who shot JFK, his ass was dead on that grassy knoll before you could even blink. They dropped a patsy. You know what I'm saying? And you can follow that if you're a conspiracy theorist out there. But this guy right here, no, it's not. He's responsible for so many deaths that how the fuck is he still receiving a paycheck from a university in the United States of America that does receive government funding in any way, shape, or form? What? The government has not frozen his assets?
Right. One is prestigious as Stanford.
The government has not frozen the assets of Stanford University because they could be funneling and fueling his wrongdoing. Like, there's so much that has not been done that if this was the guy, white privilege is a motherfucker. And that's my take on it.
If this was a guy, white privilege is beyond the motherfucker. I would,
Motherfucker.
yeah. West Coast, man, what you think? Is he the mastermind?
There's no way. There's absolutely no way. You heard it here first. Facebook, you lying to people. People on Facebook are perpetuating lies. There is absolutely no way, for all of the reasons that were just listed in particular, but like this becomes a whole different level of crime. Like he's tried for war crimes. He's tried for every kind of crime there is at this point. War, hate.
Crimes
petty,
against humanity.
Crimes against humanity, all the et ceteras.
Yeah.
Bruh, he will be charged. First of all that's true. But treason against the United States of America is punishable by fucking death, dog. And I'm not talking about no lethal injection. They can shoot your ass on the spot.
Right.
In any public square. And then the government would say, I apologize that your kid had to witness us shooting a traitor. But high treason is taken serious, and this man could have killed this many people and such and such and such and such and all that. And motherfucking Teflon Don will tell you, look, I'd rather have him shot in the middle of Times Square than we have to pay people to stay at home and not work, and you can't go and do what you want to do. How about that? And he would go on about his day.
No doubt.
Because guess what? This precedence has been set. Please continue, West Coast. I'm sorry. I'm just passionate about the non-conspiracy of this conspiracy. I'm so sorry, West Coast.
No, I feel you.
Like that level of passion makes perfect sense to me. Because, in all honesty, if there was a one single Bond villain person, that one single Bond villain person would have to be vilified like that. Like they would have to. It would have to be something that the court of public opinion would have to witness his demise. You know what I mean?
No doubt. So,
I mean, it would have to be like they did Gaddafi. You get what I'm saying? Like, think about what Gaddafi did. Think about that. As a leader now, okay? And he was a person that was supposedly beloved for years. Now, there's conspiracies wrapped around that whole thing as well. But let's just stick to what we can just grasp from general knowledge. Now, the people, supposedly Gaddafi was poisoning people and just mistreating them, beating them, killing them, raping them, doing all kind of shit to them, right? For years. And look what they did to him Now, the rumor was there all those years that he was behind these things, but the people as a whole still loved him until the U.S. or whoever gave irrefutable proof that, hey, this is who was behind this. The people turned on him in a second, dog. They stormed the castle and drug that motherfucker out. They sodomized him on his way to be killed with bayonets.
Yeah.
With fucking bayonets. So you mean to tell me in America? Well, we have the Klan that runs around, brother. You know what I'm saying? We got the neo-Nazis. You know, we got them black boys that claims they're gang members and stuff, and they're tough. You know what I mean? And then we got the good old boys that, you know, they're down in Texas. Texas? You mean to tell me that motherfucker, he's up in Stanford and we can go get him? The motherfucker gave my granny the goddamn coronavirus and she died because of him? Man, please. Angry mob, they would there wouldn't be enough. They would have to lie and say he's somewhere while he's somewhere else, because people flashed titties and held signs saying they loved OJ after the motherfucker killed 2 people. Okay, that's how quick a mob can change, bruh. An angry mob is nothing to fuck with in this country. Okay, they be on your ass.
To your point, I'm going to actually say this is the reason why we shouldn't perpetuate rumors like this, because this dude sitting at home right now, he probably has to have federal protective custody, and he's on federal investigation. But now he probably has to have protective custody also because irresponsible people are sharing this shit on Facebook, and you're right. It could create a gang of people that for whatever reason want to kill him. You know, so
I guess this motherfucker he committed treason in reference to what is what you'll get.
He out here with the Chinas. Oh yeah,
the goddamn Koreans too. No, not the Koreans, Bobby. I don't care, and that's what the response would be.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think it's safe to say the unsupervised spinoff fact checkers give this one a resounding false.
Yeah, that'll be a negatory rubber ducky. That's the big fat negative from us.
And we got another one. And I thought this one personally, this is just me, I thought this one was more ridiculous than the first one. But I saw something that said, in 2012 or whatever, when 4G was launched, H1N1 happened. And then it said something about 3G, something else happened. And 2G, something else happened. And it said, now we're launching 5G. And the 5G, the coronavirus is a cover-up for the waves that the 5G is sending out that's actually making everybody sick. It's doing something with the oxygen. And
that was probably my favorite of all the dumbness.
It's fucking people up.
Now, if I was to follow a conspiracy that's entertaining, it is that. Because for years now, I'm talking about since like 2017, they've been talking about 5G. And when they've been doing testing on it, there has been a lot of crazy shit going on with the testing and the radiation. From just actual live footage and coverage of, areas that were isolated that got 5G towers, like just insects would die flying around it. And like there was a large amount of bees it was killing from the radiation. A lot of different other insects were dying. They were finding just carcasses on the ground. So it's interesting to say that I'm onto it. I figured it out. No, it's like I said, it's entertaining. And then the people that work closely with it, who have put out videos that, of course, are recirculating now, especially with all the coronavirus and 5G conspiracy entanglement. There's a video from, I want to say 2018, where a guy who was working with 5G put a video out, and there was a lady that I think recently put one out early 2019, and they were speaking about the amounts of radiation that 5G gives off. So there is, even all conspiracies fall to the bottom line fact that shit just don't get made up out of nowhere. Because even the most creative movie has been influenced by something. Right. Even the most original song or track or poem or any painting has been influenced by something, and that is the original. So, shit just don't get made up out of nowhere.
I mean, but at the same time, while I agree with that, we're also on a planet with 7 billion people, and so there's enough people on the planet literally for as many thoughts as people have. There's literally enough people on the planet to literally think up anything. I mean, I really would not be surprised right now at this very moment if somebody somewhere did not have a pair of jumper cables tied to their balls while they have a fish in their mouth. I mean, I don't know. I like there's enough people on the planet for someone to be doing that right now. And I literally just made that scenario up. Like,
but is it original?
Probably not, because if I can think of it, someone else can think of it. I
mean, that's the way the cartel's been getting information out of snitches for years, man. Not without the fish, of course.
Well, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
And that's just a tell. That's just a tell that are in certain articles or books, TV shows, of course. Like the mob did stuff like that. So my point, all that is conspiracy is, it's always mixed in with some facts, but what those true facts are, I mean, are we really ever going to know? You know what I mean? Like, and if you do know, what are you going to do with that information? What difference is it going to make? What's that going to cause? And then, it's just like if you look at Trump, you look at people that support Trump, right? So many times it has been aired out that the dude flat out lied to you constituents who believe in him. So many times. He's lied to you. He's fucked you over. He's reneged on things, but they still follow him blindly. So my point is, what is it going to change with, you know what I mean? Like it's got to be something very, very detrimental to change.
Right.
And the effects have to be big. They have to be felt by everyone. Kind of like the coronavirus and the full 5G. Now, if that proof legitimately was aired out for the majority to see beyond social media, then it may have some legs to walk because it's affecting all of us right now. So it'll be easier to believe and turn that angry mob that I talked about earlier. But without that, I mean, if it's not touching everyone, if you're just looking at a video on Facebook of some shit happening and you know you're nowhere near that, that's not, no matter what it is, you're not going to feel the effects of it because it's not affecting you. You're not going to move by that.
And that's why it's hard for me to think this, because I mean 5G isn't really officially launched, and it's like I don't think you can get a worldwide effect from the amount of 5G that's being broadcast right now. I know 5G. There are no 5G towers in some of these second and third world countries that have been hit by this virus, for instance.
But they're saying how far does the radiation travel with the radio waves?
I mean, even still,
could the radiation travel on the radio waves? Is there a different wave frequency that's being used that's pushing the radiation out?
Not worldwide.
And that's the
I mean, just think.
I'm like, okay, well, that's where this thing is not growing legs because, I mean, there's so many unanswered questions. There's so many what ifs that, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like now you're just reaching for something to keep it going.
That signal can only travel so far.
Exactly.
No matter what device you use, or no matter what, like one thing we've all got devices right now, of some sort in some type of way. And the one thing that we all know is if you get too far away from the thing that's emitting that signal, your shit goes to nothing, So I don't think that they just in the last, 2.5 years, 3 years, they've come up with something that makes signals infinitely, make them broadcast without dissipation. I just don't think that that's a technology that we've discovered yet. Would they love to do that? Absolutely. But that's the reason why they have to build a million towers anyway, because the signal can only go so far.
Right.
So, and that's just an
part about this 5G theory. The British, some people who've been reading this stuff online and hearing about this 5G causing the coronavirus. There's the people in Great Britain have started taking to the streets. They're setting cell towers on fire.
Yep.
They're harassing engineers.
And
they're actually out reacting to this rumor.
Yeah,
because it's affecting them now.
Yeah. The same way I think with the other one, people could go try to look for that Charles guy. People are stupid. Yeah. So yeah, they're even here. I thought I read something here where someone was trying to tear up a 5G tower. But how do you know the difference? Does it say 5G on the tower? Like, how do you?
They look different. They look different than the other towers. They do.
Right. Okay.
They look like fucking satellites that are about to go up into space, man. I know there's some in
Charlotte.
I've seen.
I know there's some in Charlotte. Because over the summer, our service on the Sprint network was so shitty, and they were like, you're one of the 4 cities that we're launching 5G on in the fall, and we have to build enough towers, and so your phone is like going back and forth between the 4G and the 5G tower, which is inoperable. And so I was like, okay, well, and they just kept crediting my bill every month because it happened for like 3 months straight. And so I know there are a few cities that have 5G, but it's not even like it's rolled out to the whole country. So are we giving this a false? Are we giving this a slightly true, or what are we giving this?
This is a horrible negative. It's horrible. There's one other thing I wanted to bring up that cracks me up with regard to this, in the very least. There's a tech company in Great Britain that is selling a USB stick that's supposed to prevent the radiation. It's supposed to protect you from the radiation of 5G towers and prevent you from getting the coronavirus. And people are actually buying it.
Of course they would. They're scared.
Wow. Yeah. Fear will make you. I mean, we should start selling coronavirus proof like pencils or something. Like,
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you something like this, brother. Hollywood Paul is a lot of things, and I'm referring to myself in the third person right now on purpose. But Hollywood Paul is a lot of things. Okay, Hollywood Paul is capable of leading people to a lot of different places and a lot of different thoughts. Hollywood Paul is capable of influencing people to do a lot of things they wouldn't normally do or wouldn't think they could do. But I will not fuck with the mental constitution of people believing that I'm a good guy, because ultimately I believe that I am as well. That's why I'm not a pastor, because I'm not going to take advantage of people for money. But I, however, will play on your emotions to entertain you with my talents for money, because that's what entertainment is for. That's why I'm not selling coronavirus this or nothing, none of that shit. I despise people that do that. That's like a snake oil salesman in a tent revival, waving around his magic jacket, telling you he's gonna make you walk again, and you got hit by a fucking train. Motherfucker, you ain't gonna make him walk again. This is a plant. You're taking advantage of stupid people. I don't like that.
no doubt.
So what you're saying is that the unsupervised T-shirts found on DefyLifeGear.com do not prevent the coronavirus?
They do not. Unfortunately, we haven't. The nanobites that we ordered, they were made in China. So there you go.
Oh, now people might think it's going to give them the coronavirus. Can't say that.
You see what I'm saying? Well, see what I'm saying, West Coast? We ain't talked about this in the PR campaign before we came on the show.
Because the president already called it the Chinese virus.
The Kung Flu. This month.
Wow.
Man. That's what he said, Kung Flu.
Yeah,
Speaking
man.
of the Chinese virus, did you guys hear about the Chinese doctor whistleblower that sort of missing?
That's supposed to be part of the conspiracy with the guy that's that's chilling in his house here. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's supposed to.
It was two students that also got. So yeah, that guy is supposed to be missing.
So, but my thing is, why isn't the creator? What is that's what I'm saying. Like, if he's a patsy, it's just so weird. Like, it's so lazy. Why isn't he missing? Where? You know, come on, man, come on.
He's not missing because he's in federal custody. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but it was two students that he was, you know, also kind of caught up in this charge and whatever. But they got extradited back home. So maybe, you know, missing could just be no one's seen him in a couple days. But once again, the Chinese criminal system is very different from ours. It's much more strict.
This is true.
Oh, yeah.
That's not who I was talking about. I'm literally talking about the doctor who first noticed a cluster of cases that she initially thought was SARS. And when she brought it up to the authorities, the Chinese authorities told her to stop spreading falsehoods. And then when it became evident that this was not a falsehood, she has not been seen since.
No, I have not.
Didn't hear about the chick.
Where do we think she is?
No, underneath a Chinese prison somewhere.
Or dead. Why would they keep you alive?
Do the Chinese kill their prisoners? Absolutely, they do.
I feel like she probably got the jumper cables attached to her nipples with a fish in her mouth.
That's not. I don't think that doesn't sound like a good way to go. But she may very well be, man. She may very well be. Well, I guess we'll try to. I guess we'll keep an eye on. We'll keep an eye out on that as far as conspiracies go. We definitely will. We definitely will. In the meantime, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna step away for a quick commercial break. We're gonna pay some bills. West Coast, why don't you spend something up for us?
Yes, sir. Y'all stay tuned.
We're told that greatness is exceptional, when it should be expected. You choose every day to live your life intentionally, without apology for how bright your light may shine. So go be great. Go be brilliant. Go be you. Go defy life. The Defy Life movement is one that speaks to each of us in its own way. Defy Life gear speaks to us all by reminding us that one size does not fit all. Visit defylifegear.com to get fitted for greatness.
And we are back. Again, this is episode 10 of Unsupervised, the spinoff. Y'all go check out defylifegear.com. Even though, as Hollywood Paul just pointed out, it is not going to prevent you from getting the coronavirus. The gear still fly, though.
Cop you some gear, man. Unsupervised, the spinoff. We got some gear out there. We got some shirts and stuff, and I guess you could get a hoodie too if you want to. But yeah, go out there, man. Check out the gear site. Join the movement. DefyLifeGear.com. Let's see. Where are we at now? Shout out to the host and the co-host of Defy Life's own Take a Knee for Marvel versus DC, Regular himself, Regular Scott. Regular Scott hit me. Yeah, no doubt. Regular hit me up today and said, first of all, he gave some great encouragement on the show, tells us we were doing our thing. People, even him and his people, even they listen to it. So we definitely appreciate that, Regular. Keep telling people about us and to do our thing. And he said we have a little topic of discussion that's come up, and it's been requested that we chop it up and debate it. Regular has asked us, who is the greatest Tar Heel of all time? And I asked him if was it specific to basketball, and he said, it could be, but it doesn't have to be. So, gentlemen, I'm going to open that up to you guys. We're all Tar Heels here, big Tar Heel heads. Remember, it doesn't have to be basketball, but if you want to go there, you can go there. Who's the greatest? Oh, and I will also Regular Scott's vote was on Psycho T, Tyler Hansborough. I think he was the only 4-time consensus All-American in either college or NCAA history, Tar Heel history, one of those things. But that would be his vote. And now that you guys know his vote, you can either weigh in on that or you can give your own or do both. West Coast Jay, what do you say? Who's the greatest Tar Heel of all time?
Greatest Tar Heel of all time, basketball-wise, just has to be Michael Jordan. It just has to be. Like, I went back and forth for a minute. I thought about big game James Worthy. I thought about Rasheed Wallace for a second. Rasheed had a great career. But overall, with what Michael Jordan became after being a Tar Heel, Michael Jordan is an icon. He is a staple in American culture. He's a staple in hip-hop culture. Sneakerheads to this day still wear Jordan brand everything. I hear your argument for Psycho T just because Psycho T was great fun to watch as a Tar Heel. He was fun. He was always hustling. He was always moving. He always seemed to have a nose for the ball. Like, he was always doing something. But you could have that same argument for Antoine Jameson, who was also always hustling, always moving, had a nose for the ball. 20-10 guy.
For 2 years,
but
though.
Overall, for the fact that Michael Jordan transcended sport and became something more. Like, even when he broke out the Jordan cologne, just his bald head sold the cologne. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody else you can say did that.
Okay. So you're going with MJ. Easy pickings there.
Yeah, it
but
seemed like the obvious. Like, I think if you want us to delve into, the less obvious pick.
Man, that motherfucker took mine. No.
I mean, devil's advocate will say, out at North Carolina, Michael Jordan did less than a lot of Tar Heels at North Carolina. You're giving him a lot of props for shit he did after he left.
This is true. I'm giving him credit for what he became after he was a Tar Heel. Yes.
Oh, that's what makes this an interesting debate. Hollywood Paul, chime in.
Greatest Tar Heel. I'm gonna go with Coach Dean Smith. I think what Dean Smith is to the Tar Heels, I think is what Michael Jordan is to the city of Chicago. I mean, they named a fucking dorm after this man. I mean, a whole arena after him. They have I think it was like a street named after him as well. I mean, it's just like they have Dean Smith Day. I mean, I think his recruiting during his era, his eye for the game, how he changed the game, how he changed the culture of the city of Chapel Hill. I mean, I just think that would place him as the greatest Tar Heel. I mean, without him recruiting all the players that he has, would we care? Would we know about these guys? It's kind of like people always forget about the teacher who taught that scientists how to add and subtract. You know what I'm saying? They forgot he was dyslexic. This guy worked with him, but that is a big influence and reason why we have all the great Tar Heels that we do. The name itself. I mean, their classical style of play, their classical style of doing things, their traditional ways, he set that tone. I'm gonna go with Dean Smith. I mean, he personally recruited Michael Jordan. He was the one that told Michael Jordan to take that last shot. Said, if you get the ball, shoot it, Mike. You're gonna make it. Coach Dean Smith.
Wow.
I mean, even MJ himself credits Dean Smith for giving him that confidence. Yeah, he had the skill, he had the talent. That's what got him there. Coach helped him hone it, but he just needed that guy that trusted him, that believed in him, that worked with him every day, that knew him, to say, hey, look, if you get the ball, I believe in you. You're going to make it. Shoot it. And the rest is history. We now have an icon because of it. Because that shot changed his life. We all know that.
Right.
That was beautiful, man.
That was beautiful. MJ, Dean Smith.
I want to give a quick shout out to Julius Peppers as well.
Yep, Peppers, man. I was going to say Kenny Smith because Kenny's always repping the school, but I don't think he's the greatest Tar Heel. You know what I mean? Not the greatest. Like the GOAT, greatest of all time Tar Heel. JP is close because he was the man when he was there, but even then, I mean, people really didn't even, and I experienced this personally, he wasn't considered a football player until he literally stopped playing basketball when he was on the Carolina campus. Like, he was a part of that whole hooping crew, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was looked at as one of those guys going to the NBA. When he literally quit playing basketball is when they're like, he plays football. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up,
Yeah,
I mean, of course,
was a walk-on for the hoop squad. He played football, though.
That's how dope he is, though. Okay, my friend.
Okay. Well, I guess we got our answers. MJ, Dean Smith. Now let's see. Who would I go with?
What you got?
Oh, well, I also played around a lot with Psycho T. It is tough to. It's tough to.
But why would you say Psycho T would be the greatest Tar Heel?
I mean, he accomplished something that no other Tar Heel accomplished. In the great history of being a Tar Heel, he accomplished something that no other Tar Heel's ever done.
which was
Well, like I said, I think he was I think he's the only ever 4-time consensus All-American in NCAA history. Let me go validate that statement.
You did what now?
he said Tyler Hansborough was the 4-year consecutive NCAA Player of the Year. I want to say.
No, I think he was let's see. Tyler Hansborough is a unanimous selection all 4 years in Chapel Hill, all ACC, all conference,
Oh,
all
ACC, got it.
all American list for 4 years. ACC Freshman of the Year, Player of the Year, NCAA record, this, that, and third, National Player of the Year. Oh, his awards and list of accomplishments, and I want to say he's the ACC's all-time leading scorer. He won the Wooden Award. Like, he had most 20-point games in ACC history at 78. I mean, he's got a accolades list very, very, very long.
He was Psycho T playing. He was an undersized big man who was literally the heart and soul of that team at that time.
And I used to jokingly give him the moniker of the black hole, because one of the things, like, he played with Danny Green and what's the other guy? The other
Sean May.
Ty Lawson.
Sean May played with him. Big Sean.
06. Sean May was there. Sean May got drafted in like 05. I don't think so. But maybe he played there for a second with May. But I want to say I think he played with Ty Lawson, Danny Green, and the other shooter, the smooth guy that played for the Heat for a couple years. What's his name, y'all? I think he plays for the Knicks now. Oh, now I can't think of his name. Wayne Ellington. So he was surrounded by all these guys. And so I used to call him the black hole, because he would literally get the ball in the paint and like take like 4 dribbles, and then the triple team would come, and he would do like moves on top of moves on top of moves. He rarely passed that thing back out to one of those open shooters that was just at the 3-point line like, yo, I'm open. Yo, I'm open. Yo, I'm open. He would just literally do move on top of move on top of move until he decided to shoot. And so that's like the one thing I hated and loved about Tyler Hansborough. Is like, once you, and in fact, I played with a kid in high school like that. He was 6'7" center. Once you dump the ball down into him, it was not coming back out. So I know how it is firsthand to be on that type of team. And Tyler Hansborough, man, the black hole, Psycho T. Gotta love him. But it's tough for me to it's tough for me to go away from Jordan as well. 2-time All-American first team, National Player of the Year, Freshman of the Year, ACC Player of the Year, and probably, Phil Ford, probably the best point guard to ever play point guard at North Carolina. And heavy shout out to Dean, because we just wouldn't be the program that we are without him. But I guess they wanted us to keep it to players. But I'm gonna also give a shout out to Lawrence Taylor as well. Shout out to Lawrence Taylor as well. So I'm gonna say Jordan regular. I'm gonna say Jordan. I had to give the nod over Psycho T over to Jordan, just for, like I just said, like Tyler did all those great things, but I just also felt like he didn't do that in the like what I would call the flow of the game. Like he did a lot of that just because I'm not passing the ball back out to you, even though you're wide open because I have 3 dudes on me. So that would be my answer. Y'all got any retorts, any rebuttals, anything you want to add?
Encyclopedia defense.
G. I'll give him that. Like
in his defense, he wasn't going to get the ball back.
To win all 6 of the National Player of the Year awards. So the AP, the U.S. Writers Association, the Association of Basketball Coaches, the Sporting News, the Naismith, and the Wooden. So it's not a bad choice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there you have it. So shout out to Regular Degular for that requested segment, and hopefully we did it justice. And I'd love to see some feedback from you, Regular. So let us know what you think, man.
Yeah, hit us. Send us an email at unsupervised@godefylife.com.
No doubt. Let us know what you think, man. Gentlemen.
Since we don't really have much in petty party politics, I'm going to go back to last week real quick. Lindsey Graham's comments. It took me a second, but I had to actually go do some research to figure out what he was talking about. Okay. So with the stimulus package, what ends up happening is regular unemployment is what you would qualify for, which was the stuff we were talking about, roughly half of your general salary, whatever you make. But this package also adds an additional $600 for the next, I believe it was 4 months, for each unemployment check you get. So that's what he was talking about when he said that this is the first time that you'll be able to make more being unemployed than you would if you were gainfully employed in the country. So I understand where he's coming from. I get it. I don't agree with him because in reality this is an unprecedented time, and I feel like it was highly insensitive. When I was talking to Paul about it, he was like, yeah, well, it's even more insensitive if you say it that way. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is. It's pretty tone deaf overall, but I wanted to get that out there and get that correction across as to what that actually meant when he said what he said. That's what he was trying to convey. Right.
No, we appreciate that. Because we didn't have a ton in petty party politics. It wasn't too much stuff to touch on. There are a couple of states that are going to be voting despite the coronavirus stuff, so we'll catch you up on that next week, and we'll jump right into our next segment. Let us know if you have any questions or comments on that. West Coast, appreciate the follow up.
Yeah, no problem, because it was bothering me afterwards. I sat there and thought about it, like, well, what is he? How does this make sense? What is he saying? And so once I found out, it was like, oh, well, you're still a dick.
No doubt. Got another little question from the Defy Life page on Facebook as well. Gentlemen, let's see. We're big hip hop heads, big rap heads. West Coast, I know you're kind of an expert at the subject. And we've heard our rundown of the top, 20 rappers of all time and all of that. So, in the spirit of that, gentlemen, what's the very intro, not to the song, but the intro of like the first couple or the first bars of a song, in hip hop history? What's the one that stands out to you to the most? What's the one that stands out the most to you? What's the the first, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hove. Like the first bars you hear, that makes you just lose your mind. What's the greatest first intro bars in hip hop history? Of course, in your opinions.
Mine isn't traditional.
I know what I know. My
Go ahead,
favorite beginning of a verse is, but it's not the beginning of a song. So I gotta actually think about it. P, the Hollywood Paul, you let them know what you got.
Yeah, mine ain't traditional to the historic, the GOATs of hip hop, all that shit. So I don't care what people think about me. Anyway, I'm gonna just go with what come to mind first. You know, one of the greatest the first verses of a song. Because I got some others, my favorite verses from Jay. You know, I'm a big Jay-Z fan. You know, I got one from I got a couple of them, man, from all over the realm of hip hop. But what comes to mind first is from T.I. the King of the South. I'm trying to think what album it was from, man. I know the song is Motivation. When he's like, you can look me in my eyes, see I'm ready for whatever, anything, don't kill me, make me better. I ain't dead, nigga. You can take the fame and the cheddar. Dog. When I heard the beat and that shit dropped, for some reason, it has stuck with me since I've heard it. Like that, like it's on my workout playlist, it's on my fuck playlist, it's on my get him in the mood playlist, it's on my ride playlist. You know what I'm saying? It's on my run playlist. It's on my shoot zombies playlist. It's on my Buzz West Coast in the gym on my Mulligan game. But by the way, I gotta throw this. I told him I'd do it, so I'm gonna do it. West Coast did run me out the gym when I came over to play games and play video games. Did in my defense, it was with the all-time Lakers, and I had the current Lakers. In my defense, okay, I did get blown out on one of the games. I ain't gonna lie, that's what made me call the whole Mulligan. But anyways, motivation.
You got smashed, son?
Bro, the motherfucker ran me out the gym. I had to call a Mulligan in third quarter. I was drunk. I looked up. I was like, "Look, man, what we gonna do about this right here, man? I can't go out like this." But he had Wilt Chamberlain and Kobe and Magic and the logo.
True,
bro. I held my own though, bro. Okay, I held my own, but motivation. Okay. That's
now you're talking T.I.'s motivation and not Kelly Rowland and Lil Wayne's motivation, right?
I like that motivation too, but T.I. I'm in the mood. T.I.'s motivation. King of the South. You know what I'm saying? T.I.P. When T.I. was still dropping that heat left and right, man. When he was in his hot run, man, that was the prime of it in my opinion. And like I said, it ain't the traditional greatest of all time, but I think T.I. is in that top 20 category. I mean, not even from the numbers he moved, but the dude put out hits. You know what I'm saying? Hit after hit after hit. I mean, we all know T.I. had his run. I'm still a huge fan. Still listen to his music. Some of his tracks are timeless, but that one in particular, to me, that's like, I don't know what it is about it. It's like, I just think it's timeless and it can speak to everyone. That motivation, just that get up in the morning song you play to get your day going. You know what I mean? Like, you about to go out with your people. You about to do something. You about to go work out. You about to do anything. I just think that's one of those songs that could apply to life like that. It's a great verse.
No doubt. West Coast, you got yours yet, or you want me to give mine?
All right, I thought about it all the way through. And in all honesty, the one that fits the criteria, fits the profile of what you asked directly is the Wu-Tang Clan's Triumph. And Old Dirty Bastard just coming in, not even rapping, just, what y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? I'm the Osiris of this shit. Wu-Tang is here forever, motherfucker. That shit get me so hype every time I hear it.
Is that even a bar? Is that a bar?
He was just yelling.
That was his portion of the song, I believe, wasn't it? That was his input. Because everybody went.
That was his verse, technically.
Oh, wow.
This 97. All right, my niggas and my niggerettes.
Because he was in prison that time, wasn't he? When that song dropped? When they went to the studio and did that? I think they had to get his verse from when he was in prison. Could be
I mean,
mistaken.
it didn't really sound like he was on the collect call phone, but you know, that shit right there get me hyped every time I hear it. For real.
No doubt. No doubt. Well, the site had a lot of interesting answers. Before I get into that though, I'm gonna go with mine, and got a little treat for y'all. This is one of my nominations for the greatest greatest introductory bars, the greatest first bars of a hip hop song that I can think of, you know, and then I'll go into what some other things that people said. But check this out, because I got a little snippet for y'all. Yeah, let's get it. Yeah, violin, we just sin, try to win, try not to sin. Hot off weed and lots of shit. So much smoke, need oxygen. Stanley counting bitch mans. Oh my God, yo. Woo. Ooh. Boy, let me tell you something. Boy, that verse, boy. Boy, that verse of that Notorious Thugs, man. Oh, that joint crazy. But that's my nomination. That joint just take me way out. And it get me so crunk, man. What y'all think about that verse?
Shit, fire.
It's a good verse.
What you talking about, man? That's bruh. Come on, man. We forgot what group was coming on next after he went, man. Fuck out of here. Motherfucker changed the whole dynamic of their song.
Hey, songs.
Like I believe one of them cats, man. I can't remember which one. It was an interview a long time ago, man. Like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It had to be 20 years ago, man. Because it was on like BET when they used to do like the basement and shit. One of them was like, yeah, when Biggie dropped that shit, his verse, he went back and like wrote something hard, you know, because he's like, Biggie was like, yeah, he thought he was gonna come on with a slow flow, and he came on fast, being like them. You know what I'm saying? Like showing him I could do that shit too. That he had to go back and rewrite his shit. That's how fire that verse was, man.
Hey, definitely fire.
Yeah, you can't just be rapping slow trying to be featured on a Bone song or have Bone featured on your song and you in here rapping slow. That don't make sense.
No, not at all. Although Tupac did it. He rapped slow on a feature and had Bone feature on the song.
And that's why we ain't talking about his verse right now.
Although we could.
Although we could.
Just coming in,
we could.
I won't deny it. I'm a straight
Although
rider.
we could.
Don't want to fuck with me.
But Jay has who the fuck is this? Paging me at 5:46 in the morning. You know, crack of dawning while I'm yawning. Wipe the coal out my eye. See who's this paging me and why. You already know. That was dope. Miggs has microphone checker, swinging sword lector, coming down the specter, supreme neck protector. You know. Regular says nothing tops the opening line of hit 'em up. You know, Tupac's hit 'em up. That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Or you can go, first off, fuck your bitch in the clique you claim. You know, West Side when we ride comes equipped with game type of deal. West Coast has another one, I bomb atomically. Socrates, philosophies, hypotheses. Can't define how I be dropping these. Mockeries. Lyrical perform on robberies. Somebody else says, I sit back with this pack of zigzags. Oh, wow, that was M shit. I sit back with this pack of zigzags and this bag of this weed. It gives me the shit needed to be the most meanest MC on this earth of this curse. I've been cursed with this curse. You just curse. Yeah, man, M slayed that shit. Meg Berry, one of our contributors, says, motherfuckers say that I'm foolish. I only talk about jewels. Do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it? That's Jay's verse from Renegade. Yeah, right. Shout out to you, Jay. Jay's verse from Renegade. So we had a lot of feedback, and we're gonna keep that thing going on the site. We're gonna retag it, keep getting votes, man. Keep letting people chime in on that one, man. It's not a lot of wrong ways. I think you can go on that. Y'all have any thoughts on what y'all heard from the people that was on the site?
Nah, that shit nice. They all brought up some
sounds
good
about
memories.
right.
Everything that you said brought up some good memories.
Yep.
No doubt, no doubt. And
Although
yo, I
before
actually
we leave, can I give one more honorable mention
no,
to
absolutely.
Jay-Z on Who You With? That motherfucker said, I love bitches, thug bitches, shy bitches, rough bitches, don't matter, you my bitches,
My bitches.
gold diggers with your eyes on my riches,
My riches.
can't knock your hustles for reals, alright bitches, I'm game tight.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Spitting that fire. Golly. Hey man, honorable shout out to Nas's first shits in the song Ether. That shit's crazy too. Honorable mention to that. But we're gonna close that one up and we're gonna move to our Wacky-Stat-Of-The-Week. Y'all ready for that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ready, man. Let's do it.
No doubt, man. I thought this stat was crazy because this stat is more than the national capital per income of some countries. It's more than the GDP of some countries. But it says Americans spend more than 52 billion. I'm sorry, I fucked that up. Americans spend more than $72 billion a year on their pets.
I don't fucking doubt it. They are still crucifying Mike Vick for them dogs, man. They love them. They love them animals, bro.
Dude, it's $72 billion though. Like,
I mean, you ain't seen PetSmart closing no doors no time soon, but Amazon sure did run Circuit City out the fucking business. Best Buy is just holding on as much as they can.
Right.
So when you
think about it all the way through, it's not even just the hospital bills and the pet medical bills. It's the random shit that they be putting on the dogs that look miserable wearing costumes and shit.
It's that dumb shit.
You know, the gourmet treats. There's a new
That
store
dumb
that
shit.
just opened in Winston that is literally for high-end pet food.
It's dumb shit.
Like, that's all it sells is high-end pet food.
Right.
People spend all kinds of, and then, like I said, with just that, you think about just feeding the damn animal, depending on how big the animal is, that's a lot of money in itself. So, yeah, 72 billion sounds about right. Think about how many people have multiple pets.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am an avid animal lover myself. I don't own any pets because I don't have the time to, give to them. And my lady doesn't like cats, so we're not going to have a cat. She only puts running around this motherfucker. Let me stop. But the thing is, a lot of people that I know who have pets and spend a lot of money on them, I mean, I get it. Like, that pet that they've owned for years have never betrayed them like people have. So,
Right.
so that's why I get that argument from that side of how they treat their animals like family or like humans. But
They actually call them fur babies.
Right. But that ultimate humanitarian inside of me is like, but they're not. Bottom line. And there are humans who have not done you wrong, who, you could do something to help because you're spending fucking $12,000 a year on dog shit from the store.
Check this out. Of the 189 countries, that report their GDP, only 69 of them have a higher GDP than $72 billion.
See, but I think you fail to take into consideration is all these little cockapoos and them little dogs that go in purses and shit. You know, these people are spending sometimes thousands of dollars on a bag to carry a dog around with.
Well, the dog is still a dog, right? Can that
But the
motherfucker
dog is
walk?
still a dog.
So it has 4 legs still, right?
Every time. And that's how much they're spending, because like when you get that much money, you get to do frivolous shit.
Wow. That's insane to me. Yeah, this is a study performed by the American Pets Products Association. They're just confirming that the value of all that love and care that we give to our pets really adds up. Americans spent more than $72.56 billion in 2018, so I'm sure they spent more in 2019, on making sure that their pets have everything their heart's desires and medically requires. That's crazy, y'all.
You remember
Crazy
that
as
E-Trade
fuck.
commercial that showed a bunch of dogs like getting massages and partying on yachts and stuff? And the commercial was like, there are some dogs who have a better life than you.
It is true.
It's a real thing.
And I
absolutely.
think that is a crime against humanity, sir. Personally. And anyone who doesn't agree, I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. It's not a fact. Don't go start hating the show and saying Hollywood Paul hates dogs and hates animals. Don't say money, you know what I'm saying, hates pussies and he fucking 2 of them right now. Don't go say West Coast Jay don't like fish. The nigga stuck one in the nigga's mouth when the cables was on his nuts. Okay? We love animals.
No, don't say any of those things.
Don't say those things, okay? Because we love animals. But to have an animal that literally is born in the wild in our current society that is civilized, can be born in the wild and thrive without your help in any way, shape, or form. I don't think that humans will be able to do the same. Not in this current society. So we should look after one another because our society requires certain things to do so. To put that money toward an animal that's born 12 in a litter, I think that's a little asinine. I just personally, or 8, 6, whatever. I just don't agree. I think that someone buying gourmet dog food, anything, is a fucking idiot when there's someone probably 2 blocks away that's starving. That dog will go hunt and find its food. It will live. The more you keep feeding it, the less it will feel the need to go hunt. Then it will not be a dog anymore. So that's where I'm at with that type of shit, man. Just like those cats that stay in my backyard. I don't feed them. They hunt. They find their own fucking food. Okay? I don't fuck with them. I don't try to chase them away. We coexist. I don't have to do shit for them. They ain't got to do shit for me, except kill the snakes. And I won't chase them away and throw shit at them like my neighbors do.
Yeah, I was going to say, they actually keep snakes and rats and shit away.
They do. I mean, seriously. I've stayed here about 5 years now. I've seen about 3 snakes. 2 of them were being eaten by the stray cats. One of them I killed because it was just in a pile of leaves I neglected to blow for a while. But yeah, they don't need anything from us. They don't need us to take them to the doctor and shit like that. It's natural selection. Nature takes care of itself. With human beings, however, we have thought, we have consciousness. We can empathize. We can express that verbally.
Oh my God! These animal lovers will tell you their animals do all of that shit.
They believe that, and I understand.
They are not trying to hear that shit you talking right now.
I truly understand that, but that is, again, cognitive dissonance, period. But I do understand that there are people who feel that, who believe that, and they have experienced situations of betrayal from loved ones and close people to them, and their animal has stood by their side the whole time. But they're missing the one key that's how animals are genetically designed to be. Those types of, and especially when you domesticate them, they depend on you. It's like a child. Yeah, I hate you, Mom, but I'm hungry right now. I don't know how to eat because I've been dependent on you, and you haven't taught me how to survive on my own. Like a mother or father dog will teach their young how to hunt, or a cat, or whatever wild animal, or animal period, if they're born in the wild. We don't have those skills. We're not traditionally passed. Those skills aren't passed on to us traditionally. We are traditionally raised and groomed to, depend on one another. Even if you're raised to be independent, you're depending on something. You know what I'm saying? And that no man or woman is an island. We need one another here. So I just don't agree with that. I just don't. And animals should never be put before human beings, ever.
No doubt. No doubt.
Not and the same people that love their dog or love their cat or love their fish or their bird so fucking much is eating a fucking chicken sandwich. Not in having the cognitive dissonance of, do you know what that fucking chicken went through to get to that plate? Do you even think about it? The abuse. Do you think about the torture? The stress caused in that chicken's life.
Right.
What about the beef, the pork? Not to mention the filthy ass shrimp you're eating, the fish that you're eating. You know how contaminated that shit is?
Hey, some people don't eat any of those things.
And a lot of people do.
A lot of people do, you're right. But some people don't.
And a lot of people eat those things and feed them to their dog that they just spent hundreds and thousands of dollars on.
72.5. Billies.
And
72.5 Billies.
They think that the animals my pet is better than a human as you're eating a chicken sandwich. Bitch, you're eating an animal that can be raised in the wild and fend for itself. It doesn't need you. You're eating a chicken sandwich and feeding it to a fucking dog. That's what you're doing. Think about that.
Hollywood Paul bringing it home.
But
if you make it, people,
I understand. I do. I have an aunt who has an animal who's like, that's her daughter. I had a coworker who literally, she couldn't have children, so she had 3 dogs. She had 3 English or British or whatever they're called, the corgis. Mm-hmm. And she would dress them up, take pictures with them, send Christmas cards out, straight up pose them dogs. And she groomed them, taught them how to pose. And, they all look miserable, but they do what she says because she has streets. And those are her babies. And her first husband cheated on her with a family member. Don't want to get too much into that, but with a family member. Broke her heart, devastated her. Like, she started drinking, lost her job, and her dogs were there for her. So I get it. I get that. But for her and I got into it at one point when she said, I just can't stand men. As she said this to me, they're nothing but shit. They'll always betray you. And I looked at her and said, why are you venting to me right now? Do you not know I'm a man? She said, well, Paul, you're not like, yeah, I am a man. That's what I am. Well, Paul, no. You blanketed all of us in it. Well, it's just that my dogs never. I was like, but your dogs, we're not talking about them. We're talking about human beings right now. Something that's prevalent in your life that you have not let go of. You're using a dog as a Band-Aid to shift the responsibility of the empathy and the care that you're not getting from humans to those dogs. It's a mechanism you're using. Mind you, that almost made her fucking head explode. And she didn't want to hear it anymore. She wanted to remain in the blissfulness of her ignorance.
Right.
And I get that. Who am I to stop that? I just gave her the truth, as I always do anyone, and she pushed it back onto me as, fuck you. I'm going to think what I want, and you have every goddamn right to. But guess what? I have every goddamn right to disagree.
Well, since you're pissing everybody off and we're talking about cheating, we're going to roll right into our main topic. What you said was real, though. And we unsupervised, so fuck it.
I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm just giving my opinion. And
No, I know.
I'm not. I believe in everybody's choice to go with that. Like my aunt, I don't talk shit to her. I've just, dog sat and walked and all that shit before. So it's I love that animal as well. It's old now, and the bark is like, she can't bark like she used to, but she's still kicking around. I love her.
No doubt. Hey, y'all ready to get into our main topic? We gotta move, Hollywood. We gotta move on, man.
All right, man. Let's go off the dogs, man.
We gotta get off the dogs, and we can talk about some men dogs.
That was mainly for Mike Vick, man. Shout out to Mike Vick.
Shout out to you, M7. There you go. Main topic, man. Here we go. Question, gentlemen, fellas, my dudes. Speaking of dog, women love to call men dogs. He's such a dog. He's such a cheater. Cheat on everybody. This, that, and the third. But I got a question for y'all. Is cheating, can you classify cheating? Is cheating only cheating? If you're dating and you step out, is that cheating? If you got a girlfriend or you got a boyfriend, you step out, is that cheating? Or is cheating only really cheating when you're married?
I think cheating is designated and described and defined by the person you're with in that relationship. Whatever they consider as cheating, if you want that relationship to last, you should not do what they're telling you is cheating.
Oh, wow. That's basic and
actually.
That's basic and generic.
I mean, I'm just being real. I mean, anyone can consider, you looking at, this chick, West Coast Noah, Red, the $10 chick, her ex-dude, right? She would not let him look at porn. She considered that cheating. I asked her why. She said, because I know he's lusting after those girls in the video. I know he's thinking about fucking other women when he's not just jacking off thinking about me. If that's the case, I sent him videos. Why ain't he looking at those? So it's all, it's all about what that person considers as cheating.
So, do you consider looking at porn cheating? I didn't ask you.
Me personally,
is
no.
looking at porn cheating?
Man, look, I'm gonna tell this to you and everybody else listening out there. If your partner looks at porn and still has enough energy to fuck you, and you notice that at times they may be sexually fatigued, be glad they're using porn, because they could be out fucking somebody else. It may now if it's it's excessive, it's too much. They're addicted. You go into those realms, something needs to be said, but that could be an outlet for them sexually, something that they may not be, wanting to do or comfortable doing or know how to do with you, and they're exploring that. Embrace it, talk, communicate, and try to explore that, because it could result in something healthy for you or fun. But no, porn should not be considered as cheating unless it's taking away from normal life, if it's an addiction level.
I'm done. West Coast. Breathe some life into this, brother. I ain't like Hollywood's Manila answers. Hey, my brother. If you ain't married, can you cheat on her?
So I feel like yes, and the reason why I feel that way is because it is only if you have committed yourself to be in a monogamous relationship. Like if you're dating and you've expressed to that person and that person expresses to you that you are the only person I am sleeping with, and I'm going to I'm spending my time with you and this, that, and the third. If you are in a monogamous, committed relationship that you guys have established is a monogamous, committed relationship, then yes, little nookie on the side is cheating based on the criteria, the rules that you've set up.
What about a little head on the side?
You said what?
A little head on the side, a little sloppy top.
Little sloppy top.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't cheating. I ain't
have sexual relations with that woman.
I ain't go in.
I mean, but
now,
all
that's
of it.
Where Hollywood Paul's Manila answer, as you put it, comes back into play.
Okay.
There are some people that believe that, like you said, looking at porn is cheating because you're lusting after someone else. So if you got that extreme of a level, then definitely getting some head from somebody else is cheating to them.
Definitely cheating to them, yes.
Cheating to them, okay.
I mean, my lady and I, we have that conversation a lot. And I'm not trying to, say I'm no dog out here, but I'm a matter-of-fact kind of guy. Like, the definition of cheating doesn't even describe what the fuck we talking about right now. Right. But that is the word that is used to apply the action of sleeping with someone else or going off with someone else or sneaking around lying about it or whatever. Like cheating is to do something to gain an unfair advantage.
Right.
That you did not earn by your merit.
In Webster, yeah, absolutely. I agree.
That's cheating by definition. Where the fuck did that unfair? What's the unfair advantage here? Because now the unfair advantage is the one-sided shit.
You busting more? No, you busting more nuts than me. I don't know.
Or that. Well, I don't know I don't know. But I'm with someone who considers cheating what it is, and she's defined it. So if I want that to last, we adhere to it. Me, on the other hand, I think cheating is all mental. When by that definition, to creep off with someone else, get someone aside. That's all mental. Like if you're mentally into it, then what we have is done. Unless you're one of those people that are poly or whatever, and you don't belong to anyone, so you can give that to anyone. You're for everybody kind of thing.
Right.
You know, if it's that, then that's a different conversation you got to have. But my particular understanding of it is like my girl. If I caught her fucking somebody else, like I told her we're gonna have a conversation. Now, did you have your fun? Are you done? Because now we can talk and like adults figure out what's our next move. I'm not one of those immature dudes that's like, oh, I'm done, this and that. Because for one, I ain't her first dick. I plan to be her last, but I ain't her first. And I'm not the only dick that exists in this world. And it's just a dick. It's just a dick. Okay? It's not gonna change anything. I know what I'm working with. I'm gonna still break it down like I always do.
Right.
It's just a dick. Is your mind into it? Do you love this nigga? You feeling this nigga?
Right.
You know, where's your head at? Because that is the determining factor to your behavior and how it's going to be with me. Because I ain't going to get the shit in and you give this nigga, the yellow brick road, see the wizard. Fuck that.
Because I think that's what women worry about the most, for instance, when, like, because men, so men and women cheat differently. Is that a true statement? Like,
Yes,
what a man considers cheating is different from what a woman considers. I've had women tell me, like, if you get intimate with someone, and not even in an intimate physical way, like just an intimate emotional way or an intimate mental way, you're cheating. Is that a true statement? Is there merit to that? West Coast?
Absolutely. So while y'all were talking, I was looking up some stuff. One way that cheating is defined as infidelity is a violation of couples' assumed or stated contract regarding emotional and or sexual exclusivity. So emotional, yeah, like it's definitely the moment your mind is somewhere else, the moment that you are no longer only concentrating on your partner and how your partner's feelings and whatever it is that you've talked about, however you guys have set up, however y'all have set up your relationship.
All right.
You can absolutely mentally cheat on someone. I got a friend who was kind of doing that with his wife. He had he wasn't even touching this girl on the side, but she was making his.
She had his mind wrapped up.
Dominating his thoughts.
Oh wow!
In his mind, every day.
There was nothing physical happening, but
At all.
she would, he wasn't even able to communicate with his own wife the same way because he was constantly thinking of this other girl.
And how she would respond, how she would take things, and comparing it.
So is that?
That's yeah, like
that's cheating.
I personally would consider that cheating.
Okay. Hollywood, what you think?
I agree with that statement because that's where I agree with the Western's definition of cheating when it applies to relationships. Because in that example, that friend of his gained an unfair advantage in his relationship when it comes to communicating with his wife. He had a third party involved that he can utilize to form his opinions and conclusions about interactions with his wife that she didn't know of. That's unfair. And that's given him an advantage over his decision making on how his behavior, or is giving him a disadvantage. Either way, it's giving him something that the other side did not know about. And even in sports, that's cheating. That's an unfair advantage. Even if it's a disadvantage, you're using it somehow, and we don't know nothing about it. It's unfair to this match that we're entering in on. You know, so yeah, I think that's once the mind is gone, bro. It's a problem. Once the mind's distracted. See, it's one thing to be entertained in the mind. It's one thing to be, like you daydream about it, or you may think about it sometimes, and there might be a outburst of impulse that you might say to your friends once or something like that. But constantly on your mind, it's either something you need to get out your system, or it's something that's showing you something else that you've been dealing with at home is out your system. So it's two things that can lead to, in my opinion. You just need to fuck and get it over with.
Opinion. How do you feel about this?
Well, Right now. I'm just kind of driving. I just kind of wanted your opinions. I think there's truth here. I think there's, you know, that's kind of why I brought it up. I think women are equally concerned. I won't just say women because then, when this is why I brought it up, because I think men and women cheat differently. I think most men, when they worry about their lady cheating, most men worry about a physical act. Um, you know,
Somebody else clapping them cheeks.
yeah, somebody else clap. Like most, and this is just because, this is just more so because men think the way men think, but this isn't true for me. But like most men, like, oh, you cheated on me, like you fucking somebody, like. But I'm also just as concerned about, oh damn, this like another man is mentally stimulating you, another man is like in your thoughts, another man has you like emotionally connected. That means like I failed somewhere, like
Exactly.
you're like you aren't getting that, from me, or you aren't getting enough of that from me, and I would have an issue with that. The clap in the cheeks part, I would probably be equally as hurt, but like that's happened to me, and that's happened to me in my life, probably on multiple occasions. Um, so I'm usually more hurt by damn, like, oh, you in love with this dude, like,
Right,
and that's
because I'm sure, money, the girls you would choose to be with aren't women who are like nymphos. So you're not expecting a dick just to be something they just go after just to get it. You know that if they're getting dick, they're getting something more on top of that to even get the dick to come into play.
right. Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
that's how I feel with my lady. I know. That's the same thing I feel with her. That's why I respect the boundaries of that, because she ain't just gonna just be fucking nobody. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna
Right.
it's gonna take some mental infiltrating and talking to and all that shit to get to that point. So if that's going, I'm like, damn, bitch, you let your guard down for this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't
Right.
say,
What the fuck he say? Like,
right,
now I want to know what the fuck he say, like how he say it, like
right.
how often with these conversations happening, and I want to know, did you suck his dick? Like I want to know all the typical questions. And then so from a man's standpoint, that's usually what we're thinking, but from a woman's standpoint, they don't. Of course, the physical shit bothers them, but like they feel a rejection. Am I not good enough? Am I like, how did this other woman get into the space that I'm supposed to be? Like where am I lacking that, like that you would do this? Um, and they worry a lot about the emotional connection that another woman has to us, and so some of that same things we were just talking about for some men, like I said, most men don't feel like that, but for some men, it's like, damn, like this woman's really, like, she's really all in his thoughts, because a man can cheat strictly out of a desire to have sex with someone. Um, a woman isn't typically going to do that. A woman isn't typically going to like let another man inside of her just because she wants to see how he feels inside of her. A dude will go fuck a chick just because, shit, I want to hit that. Like, and he will completely detach everything about his relationship, everything about, his relationship with that specific woman, just to see how them cheeks feel. A man will do that. A man has the capability to do that. And so women, women, when we cheat, are often trying to connect. Like, if that's just, and that's why they often forgive us. They often forgive us because, oh, you just hitting, like,
Oh, you
whatever.
want her to do something real sloppy on that motherfucker while she was bouncing around and turning and act like the exorcist. I get it. I don't do all that. I get
Right. A lot of women, they'll be hurt. But they'll on a lot of times they'll forgive the dude. You see a lot of that. You'll see a lot of that. You see a lot of women will say, "I'm not leaving my husband. I'm not leaving." Like, But however, if they find out, like, oh shit, this nigga got a whole nother family, then that's, you start getting into,
Interesting you say that.
start
I
getting
got
into.
I got a female friend. She's been with a dude for like She met him when she was in middle school, and they went to the same school, high school, and they graduated. They've been together. They've been dating since middle school, right? And they're still together to this day. She's 30 years old, and she told me straight up, she was like, P, my dude could cheat on me all he want. Like, I will have threesomes with him and shit. I don't care about it. It's just sex. Like, it's just fun to me. And I get that's why he's going after that. Even though I'm freaky, sometimes I'm not feeling like being freaky. My problem is, why are you taking the time to get to know these bitches to make them feel special and say nice things and notice the little things, and you don't do that to me? That's what I care about. So her whole thing was the physical shit wasn't nothing. She wanted that mental stimulation. That's where she felt the cheating came into play. Not one time have I ever been like, so yeah, he did this to you and did that. That's what you told me. She was like, yeah, I don't care about that. It's how I saw the text message where he was telling that girl, I'm sorry you had a rough day. Make sure you do this when you get home and draw yourself a bath. That motherfucker ain't never told me nothing about drawing a bath. I was like, oh, yeah, well, that's called game. She was like, I need that game too. I want Made to feel special. I want Made to feel like he's seeking my attention, like he cares about what I think about him. I want to feel like I'm taken for granted.
Right.
So, that's what a lot of people think like that. You know what I'm saying? Some people do. Some people.
So the gentleman, the heart is complicated. So the heart is complicated, and it doesn't often allow itself to be denied what it wants. So being that like humans are so emotionally complex, I'm gonna ask y'all a question. And sociologists, psychologists, have long debated this, but in the depth of the human psyche, in the depth of range of emotions that humans can feel, do you actually think that one person can satisfy you on not even a physical level of intimacy, but the things that we need, the level of intimacies and things that we need that we get from another person, is that meant to just be given to us by one person?
No, not in my opinion.
So the way we were kind of talking before about cheating mentally and cheating emotionally and in your mind and all of that, is that easy or hard to do if we have such depth, or do we expect? I didn't want to cut you off, but is that so? I just wanted to tie the two things together. So is that still wrong when it is so very hard to have one person just meet all of your emotional ranges as a single individual?
For human beings to survive, we can't just utilize one thing to survive. We need water, we need shelter, we need sleep. We need things to just survive. Mm-hmm. We can't just get those one things from one place. I think it is impossible for one person to satisfy all that. Anyone that says that is fucking lying to themselves. And I will build a case by talking to that person and showing you the cognitive dissonance that they have surrounding their entire lives. Not saying I'm perfect and knowing all, but I am a very good discerner of fucking blatant, hardcore truth and objective thinking and observation. One person can't. You can't eat the same fucking food every day and get everything you need to survive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't wear the same drawers all week and for 2 years and not catch meningitis. You know what I'm saying? I mean, or some kind of bacterial infection. One thing cannot satisfy us. We are too complex. But our society is set up to be that way for many reasons. We can get in that another show, but it's just not the case. If it was, you would never be attracted to anybody else, even physically, just looking at them. You would never get that attraction. That trumps that notion just on the physical side right there.
So earlier in the segment, we said that could be considered cheating. So when that happens, are you cheating?
If you define it that way, yes. If you, I don't consider it cheating when my girl lusts after another man and she sees him. I want her to take that lust, ball it up into a ball of rage, and come throw that pussy on me. Okay? That's what I want her to do.
West Coast? Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead. That's what I'm saying. And that's what
it is considered cheating if that is what your definition, if that is what your relationship is defined as. Bottom line, cheating is based solely on how your relationship is defined. If you've defined it so that you are exclusively each other's whatever it is, then yes, you can mentally cheat. Yes, you can emotionally cheat. Yes, you can sexually cheat.
I mean,
All
even
of those are
couples
still
that
considered
swing,
cheating.
even
So that's how
swingers
you
have those
defined your
rules, man. You know what I'm
relationship.
saying? Even
So when
swingers
the-
have those rules.
So when the mental and emotional cheating does happen, because it's bound to happen, do you disclose that? Do you say, hey, like, I got intimate mentally with this woman last night. Like, we were at the bar, we were talking, she started crying. Like, I was like, hey, it'll be okay. Like, this thing happened to me. I told her something only 4 people on the planet know. Like, do you, like, is you have to get into it like that?
Non-confrontational.
That is
I
100% your
suggest
choice.
honesty is the best key. Understanding and is very confrontational. I would tread lightly on how you disclose that. Honesty is always the best case. But and another thing I want to add, not everything needs to be disclosed because not everything is a situation. Not, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense.
It does. It does. And I guess West Coast, have you ever cheated before?
Yes.
Hollywood Paul, have you ever cheated before?
Yes.
No doubt.
Money, have you ever cheated before?
Damn, I thought I was gonna get off scot-free. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And I think if people are honest with themselves, most people that ask themselves that question, the answer will be yes.
Now let me phrase it like this. I will admit that based on the agreement that I entered into that monogamous relationship with, not saying it was my lady, I'm just talking about any woman I was with, because that's how whatever the cheating was, that's how they defined it. So, and I broke that trust, I broke that agreement. So that's yes. Now, to me, did I consider that? No, I did not.
But we already established that cheating is what you got. What we already established is what the other person defines it as.
And that's when me as I had to grow as a man to know, you know, I can't. I'm either gonna just make someone happy and let them think whatever, or I'm gonna be honest about things with my partner. And I just, you know what I'm saying, I just go about it that way. And I have to make that decision because it is what it is. If I don't agree that something is something, I shouldn't put myself in a situation to violate that agreement, to break that trust. You know, and I've tried my best to do so throughout my life. Still a work in progress. But, you know, some people just don't see things a certain way.
No doubt. West Coast, you got anything else you want to add about that before we close this up?
Nope, I agree with Paul. You definitely want to be honest, regardless of what is going on. Be honest about the parameters you set for your relationship. That's usually the crux of all of these issues. You know, if you believe that you are in one kind of relationship, but your partner believes that you're in a different kind, you guys need to actually figure out what kind of a relationship you're in.
No doubt. Even if that means that you opening yourself up mentally and emotionally to another person is cheating, then you at least need to know that. So when you are fucking cheating, you can say, "Oh, I'm fucking cheating right now."
Straight up. You need to be able to define it.
Straight up.
No doubt. And
it's a slippery slope, man. It's a slippery slope.
It is, and especially if you're like a supportive person, you're like a person that people like to come and talk to and confide in and things like that. It could be a very slippery slope.
Oh yeah, I'm a friendly person.
Yeah, especially if you're not seeing the danger. Like, you know, your girl will always be like, she want to fuck you. Like, what? Nah, she just, you know, I was dating this girl and my ex used to always she would always need something, like she need a ride home or she need me to, you know, come over and help her, you know, do X, Y, Z, or like put a chair together or a bed together or whatever. And she didn't have a dude, you know, whatever the case. So she was like, hey, G, you know, I just took it as like, you know, I can take you home. I'm going that way. Like, I never really, my girl used to be like, that bitch want to fuck you. And if I find out anything going on, I'm going to fuck you up. And I'm like, nah, I just like went over there. She was like, can I put this bookshelf up? And I was like, yeah, I put the bookshelf up. And I went home, you know, but yeah, so, you know, just be mindful. I didn't think I was, you know, cheating. I just thought I was, you know, and then of course while I was there, she, you know, tell me about her life and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a very slippery slope. Luckily, I had a lady at the time that, you know, she trusted me, and really nothing honestly was going on. I just, you know, I was just trying to be helpful. So, you know, there's that. But, you know, I think we're definitely gonna be able to dig into this topic a little more in the future. But for now, gentlemen, as much as I hate great fucking show, as much as I hate to say it, y'all, we gotta get up out of here, man. So for now, West Coast, do me a favor, man. Zip us up.
Like that there. All right, y'all. Make sure that keep practicing your distancing. Like, I'm realizing that actually takes some practice for most people. Most people just don't want to necessarily stay away from people, and you kind of got to right now. Like, until we've thinned it out to the point where it's gone, make sure that you are keeping yourself and other people safe by not passing it along. You know, past that, shout out to knees and toes. Happy birthday on Sunday. And then, as always, be excellent to one another and treat others the way you want to be treated. That's all I got.
No diggity, no doubt. Hey, man. Hollywood Paul, you about to fire tonight, man. Great show, man. You have to do me a favor, though. Zip them up for me.
Well, in the spirit of all things, just to recap everything, y'all, just make sure that, you know, you're making sure you're paying attention to the politics. You know, you're not spreading false information, because that can always lead to some bad things. Share love to your animals, you know what I'm saying? If you see a fish, throw it in the dude's mouth, hook up some jumping cables to his balls. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you walk your dogs, get him some gourmet shit. But make sure you love your fellow neighbor as well. Like, you know, I have a crazy ass neighbor, but I still want to make sure he's ate after his drunken benders. I look out for him because he's still a human being. So, you know, do your best to help one another. If you see somebody in need, call them, text them, Facebook them, stay out their face, because they might give you some shit. And if you think you're going to be a cheater, just be single. If you're going to be in a relationship, communicate to one another. If you like freaky sex, be with somebody that doesn't mind you liking freaky sex, or going after it, or participating with you. If you like stimulating conversations, find somebody that likes that as well, or doesn't mind you seeking it somewhere else. Just be honest. And treat everybody how you want to be treated as well. That's all I got.
Hey, brother, that was deep, no doubt, no doubt. Hey, man, I don't have nothing too crazy. Once again, quarantine week, 4 or 5 now? I don't know. We're all our days are running together. Shout out once again to all the first responders, everybody that's out there doing your thing, risking getting this thing to keep everybody safe. Nurses, especially doctors. Love what y'all doing. I saw something in New York every day at 7 o'clock. Everybody just stop what they're doing and make as much noise as they can, whether it's blowing the horn or ringing bells or putting sirens on their phones, or the police with the sirens and the fire trucks and all of that shit, just to let the hospitals know, hey, we fucking appreciate y'all. You know, and I think that's dope as fuck. We gonna beat this thing, man. We just gotta keep loving, gotta keep being careful, we gotta keep being safe. But the human spirit, man, I believe heavily in the strength of the human spirit, man, and just mankind's ability to love each other. You know, J. Cole got one of my favorite shits when he's like, man, just real, genuine love. You know, and I fuck with that heavy, man. So until next week, this has been episode 10 Unsupervised spinoff podcast powered by Defy Life. Thanks to Hollywood Paul, West Coast Jay. It's been your boy Money, Mr. Real himself. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say, man. If you're not rocking with Defy Life, what's your life about? We out.
If you're into all things comics, you have to check out Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC, your go-to podcast for comic and superhero discussion, debates, polls, and more. Tune in as Regular Scott and Ozzy Killmonger chat about your favorite comic topics, and you never know who may show up for an open mic, or what will be next on their favorite One Gotta Go. Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC, every Sunday, powered by the Defy Life Podcast Network.